to do in this video is just kind of walk you through some of the things we've done. We've been in the house 7 years, and little by little we've kind of upgraded and changed some things outside, and none of them have been super expensive with the exception of painting the house, which that needed to be done, curb appeal or not, just because it was way past time. But anyway, so I'm going to start over here, and you can see so we're in Southern California, so we have a lot of succulents and things that don't take a lot of moisture to flourish. And I've said before in videos, I do not have a green thumb. I can grow succulents because basically they just grow on their own. You don't have to do anything but water them once in a while. So I've got some potted succulents here, and I painted out the pot. It was kind of just an ugly gray pot, and I think I got that like in Walmart or something for like $5 several years ago. And I tied it in with the brick and the red tile roof. We did invest in some new solar lights, and these are very cool. I found these at Costco, and it was a set of 6 for $29, so $5 a piece. And these are heavy and they're beautiful, so we did invest in those. The boulders were already here, and they're impossible to move because they weigh so much, but that is not a great affordable thing to add to your yard if you don't have it. They are super expensive. However, there are some cool videos on YouTube if you want to take a look. Some DIYers out there have made their own boulders out of plaster and wire and all these things, and they look pretty realistic, so check that out if that's something you're interested in. So here we are on the other side of the front part of our yard that leads up to our house, and it's kind of hard to visualize, but imagine there used to be 2 huge trees here that weren't doing very well, and there were a couple of palm trees here that were falling over, and here comes the UPS truck. So we're going to just pause a second. Anyway, one thing we did do the first year we were in here was remove some of the trees and hedges that were kind of failing and blocking the front of the house. You couldn't see the house from the street. All you could see were these trees. That is not inexpensive, but it is a great thing to do if you have a lot of plant life that it just kind of starting to look overgrown, or maybe they're just old and they just aren't doing very well anymore. So something to consider. Our steps here I painted with exterior paint. They used to look like this sidewalk right here, which I think is next on my list, but I haven't gotten that far yet. But you can see it's the same color as the house color, but that just shows you how light and lack of light affects the color. This paint color on the steps is the paint color of the house, but the house right now, because it's in the shade, looks like 3 shades darker. So, but the nice thing about the paint was it covered up all the rebar that was coming through. It filled in some of the pitting, so it had a much better look. And then again, I have the succulents and the painted pots that tie in with the brick. I did restain all the brick. I have to do that every couple years because the sun wears it away. Over here, where are you aiming? Here we have another one of the lights, and then just some cute little stuff kind of filling in. This bed used to be full of bushes, and we pared that way down. And then on this side, there used to be a tree and a bush over here, and we just planted that foxtail last year, and it looked nothing like that. It has grown so much from all the rain we got this winter, and I love the color it gives. So you can get color, as you can see, through your succulents if you look for the right ones. And so staining all the brick, staining the brick on the sidewalk, tying all that in with the tile, and having a flow with your pot colors, so you don't have just like crazy whole bunch of different colors that fight with each other. Think outside like you would think inside a room. Hey everybody, so we lost the second part of this previous first part of the video that you've already seen, and technology is fun. Anyway, so we're reshooting the rest of the video today so I can talk about the rest of the curb appeal and kind of what we've done with our home. Maybe give you some ideas for things you can do for your home. So the next spot that I wanted to talk about is this part of the house. You can see there's a big square indent there, and most of the homes in this area are 3-car garage. And our home is 2-car garage. The people who had the home previously, who actually built the home, built it that way intentionally. Instead of a 3rd garage, there's a workshop and then my office. And so we were left with this big kind of indented square where a garage door would be normally. And so to give that purpose, a couple years ago we built this big planter and filled it with a beautiful succulent, and it's filling in nicely, and it sort of gives that indent a purpose. So maybe you have an odd area of your home, you know, you can do a lot with it. You built a planter box or arrange some plants, something to utilize the space, but that's what we did here. And then the next thing I want to talk about is right here, which are the house numbers and the new lighting fixture. And we did that a couple years ago when we had the house painted. We actually built the house numbers. It needs to be touched up. The sun here is hard on wood, but we did it this way. It gives it kind of a contemporary look. We bought the numbers, I think in Lowe's, and then, you know, the piece of wood, and my husband drilled it out. We put the numbers on, I stained the wood, and it ties in nicely with the lighting. Okay, so here we are on the final section of the exterior of our home, and we have this little walkway that leads up to the front door. We have a gate here because we have a German Shepherd, and she likes to lay out here in the morning, and so this was our solution. Could she go over it? Yes, she could. Does she know she can go over it? No, she does not. So this keeps her contained when I'm working and she's laying outside. And the bronze color ties in with the lighting, etc. So that's this. Then we have the welcome sign here, which we put up. It ties in with the house numbers, just a wooden plaque. It also needs to be restained because sun. And over here we just put some succulents. I've got them potted. I chose just to have 2 colors of pots, white and bronze, so that it doesn't get kind of a chaotic, crazy look to it. It feels more serene. And then on the porch here, if you can see, we put a little seating area. When the sun is on the front side, the back side of the house in the morning, this side stays nice and cool. And it's quite lovely out here to sit and have a cup of coffee in the morning and just kind of get your day started. So these are just some of the things that we came up with to do to dress up the exterior of our home. You can do many things that are similar. You can do things that are different. Add a new mailbox, or, you know, I don't know, plant flowers. I don't plant flowers because I kill them. So you'll notice all my plants are succulent and they're hardy. It's hard to kill them. But anyway, I just wanted to give you guys some ideas. Curb appeal is so important, especially if you're getting ready to list your home. That's the first thing you should look at, because I know from our own experience, we will drive, when we're looking for a house, we will drive by it first, and sometimes we go, yeah, no. So you want to get that big bang out front, and there's a lot you can do for a little money and a little elbow grease. And that's it for this video. Please remember to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Like this video down below. Give us a thumbs up. That helps us. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram. And lastly, do not forget to visit theredesignhabit.com for lots of great tips, tricks, stories, and fun, all free to you. I will see all you guys, here comes the car, in the next video.